course, then I'm a scrub and don't unmute myself in Twitch. I'm a dumbass. Alrighty. I am Tokidoki Eris, and joining me today is actually one of the team's captains, Bad Pog from Aether. Say hi, Bad Pog.
Hello, everyone.
Alrighty. So, we have some pretty quick bans coming out. Of course, we have the Ancient Apparition Invoker ban from 4X Multicast, and we have Naga Siren and Corrosive Gaming is taking their time with this next ban out. Ember Spirit getting banned. You think those are relatively standard, right, Pog?
Those are very first tier bans, so.
Mm-hmm. Alright, and we have a Lycan pickup, so that makes sense. Because they want that push. Although, how do you feel? Because we used to see Nature's Prophet picked up a lot, but now we see Lycan picked up more than the Nature's Prophet.
Well, with the buff to his wolves, I mean, he's gotten a lot stronger, and now we're seeing him picked up first almost every game if they don't ban him. Same with the Ember Spirit.
Yeah, but I think is it because Ember Spirit got buffed, or just because he got added to Captain's mode?
Ember was always broken. It just depends on if you know how to play him. I mean, when he was added to Captain's mode, no one really knew how he was going to be, but teams finally figured out that he is extremely strong.
Yeah, and we have a Weaver pickup, so we have the component to a possible tri-lane out on Corrosive Gaming already. What do you think about picking up Weaver first? Because, of course, they can now easily counter the Weaver.
I did mention that earlier that Corrosive Gaming really does love their Weaver, so I'm not surprised that they were going to pick this one up. Or the Doom, as they like the Doom as well. Mm-hmm. And that was the counter to Weaver.
Yeah, also Disruptor actually does pretty well with him when you get Weaver caught in that static storm.
That is true. Oh, and there's the Dazzle.
There's the Dazzle. I would like to see an axe. I always say this when I see Dazzle. I always say this when I see Dazzle.
Should have known. I told you 4-time multicast was going to grab the Dazzle.
I know. And I told you that I was going to be rooting for them to pick up, the other team to pick up Axe then.
These teams are basically going for heroes that they're most comfortable with, so.
Well, if it's a best of one, I would assume that that would be the best thing for them to do. Stick with what you're comfortable with. When it's like a best of 3, it's a lot. You have a lot more playroom. Well, not a lot, but a little. And alright, we have the Puck ban out. Do you think that we're going to see any fancy, like, Shadow Fiend from 4X?
I don't really think they would pick up something like a Shadow Fiend. It doesn't seem like one of their normal picks.
Mm-hmm.
I figured they would pick up something probably like a Mirana.
Uh-huh. Alright, and then if they do pick up that Mirana, of course, the Ancient Apparition has been banned out, but do you think that we're going to see a Bane pickup, if possible?
I'm not really sure why they would pick that up just yet. They did ban out the OD, so I'm wondering what they're going to pick up based off of that ban.
It looks as though Corrosive Gaming is not going to be going for maybe intelligence heroes. They'll be going maybe mainly agility and strength. So that could be possible for banning the OD.
Yes, definitely. I'm anticipating a Centaur Warrunner pickup from Corrosive Gaming.
Yeah. Although Doom can also go in that offlane quite well.
That is true. He can be played offlane, jungle, or even mid. Or even the safe lane, honestly. So
he's just versatile. Alright, we have a Storm Spirit being banned out. A lot of mids just being banned out. The only mid that hasn't been banned is Ancient Apparition. Or that has been banned.
They're just not enjoying the middle lane today.
Yeah, Nature's Prophet getting banned out, so Corrosive Gaming acknowledging that 4X might be going for a push strategy. And of course with Lycan and his Necro books.
Yeah, they're definitely going to want to do a push strategy. I'm considering that they could go Death Prophet to
Uh-huh.
help with the push even further.
That is definitely a possibility. She has not been banned out yet. Although Corrosive Gaming, I don't think that they'll pick up the Death Prophet, but if they want to deny it to multicast, they might end up doing it.
Well, they already have one extremely strong ultimate, so they could just go all the rest extremely strong ultimates. I mean, teams too tend to do that.
Alright, let me check. Let me check Twitch. Alright, for those of you watching in Dota TV, I am streaming on Twitch at twitch.tv/TokiDokiEris. That is TOKIDOKIERIS. So if you would just join me there too, we have a nice little overlay for you so that when you're watching these picks and bans, you can stare at something pretty instead of just, the bland Amateur Dota 2 League season, blah, 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 and the gray background. Alrighty. We have Corrosive taking quite a bit of their reserve time with this pick. Of course, you've been in this hot seat before. What do you think's going through their head? Oh, never mind. You don't have time to answer. Of course, they did need those supports, and Shadow Shaman offers very strong push,
Well, I don't think they picked up the Shadow Shaman for the push. I think they picked it up for his disables against Lycan because they want to control him somehow.
Yeah, that's also very true. He also is he can go around and gank very early with his Hex and his Shackle.
Well, even in a team fight, they can hold him down and focus solely him. Take Lycan out of the fight. Where's your damage going to be?
Dazzle, carry Dazzle.
Oh god, not the carry Dazzle.
Oh my god, it's been done in pubs. You guys watching in Dota TV, if you don't believe me, it's been done in pubs. Because in pubs, anything is possible.
Well, they made that new set for Dazzle with the Desolator, so
What?
he obviously can be a carry.
Although you don't see the carry. They need to add a new sticker. That little symbol. Oh, and you called it Death Prophet. Oh god. Do you think that we're gonna see a Venomancer?
If there is a Venomancer, I feel like Corrosive Gaming would pick that up now just to hold the push off.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of anticipated the Death Prophet because that would have been something I would have picked up to help with the push. I mean,
Well, it makes sense. I mean, whenever your ulti's up, just go for it. And, I mean, I've seen refresher orbs on Death Prophet in pubs.
so now Doom's really going to have to decide who does he want to Doom, because if he doesn't Doom the Death Prophet, she's going to get her ult off. If he doesn't Doom Dazzle, he can actually Shallow Grave someone, so he's going to run into some situations. I know you want the axe.
But it would be a good pickup this way. Nope. Queen of Pain. Axe is supposed to be mid.
Queen of Pain's honestly not a bad choice.
No, I'm not faulting for that. It gives them damage. A lot of damage that she can dish out early on in comparison to the Weaver who needs his items, his farm, and his kills.
Well, I feel like they're going to use the Queen of Pain in the middle lane to hold the lane off, because usually what a Death Prophet does is takes a tower extremely early on in the middle lane because of her ultimate and her Crypt Swarm, which can clear the wave out extremely fast. So with the Queen of Pain, she can use her Scream, and I mean, it clears the waves just as fast, so she'll be able to hold her own in the middle lane.
Alright, and we have a Vengeful, so we're going to see roaming ganks from 4X. Well, I mean, normally that's what you want to happen for supports to roam and gank and let their carries get the farm and the kills, but also making sure that they're safe.
You're going to want to keep an eye on the Vengeful Spirit in the team fights, because whoever Shadow Shaman shackles, Venge is likely going to swap them out.
Yeah. Definitely. Unless it's Well, actually, no. I was going to say, unless it's Dazzle, then they don't care. But then, no, they really do care. Shallow Grave.
Shallow Grave is going to be extremely important
A
in this match.
well-timed Shallow Grave makes all the difference. Alright, who do you think we're going to see as the next support from Corrosive?
Well, who is left on the board? There's a Bane. I'd really like to see an Ogre Magi, honestly, because he doesn't get picked up nearly enough.
Mm-hmm. And why do you like Ogre so much? You were saying.
RNG. RNG God's favor.
Alright, so, of course, Corrosive Gaming is going to be picking up their last hero. And what do you think about them keeping their support kind of hidden until this moment? Because normally you pick up the supports and then you pick up your carries.
They just didn't want to give away their whole draft at the beginning, which is smart. And 4x Multicast didn't ban... Oh, wow, I'm surprised they pick up the Clockwork instead.
Huh. I guess it's going to be more kind of supporty initiator Clockwork?
Well, the cogs are very effective against Lycans.
Uh-huh.
It would have been a good choice between Bane or Clockwork to hold the Lycan down.
Yeah.
Bane would have been a strong choice because he can do the early damage and he also can Fiend Grip through BKB. So.
Yeah. Which, of course, Lycan will be building.
Definitely.
More likely than not.
Clockwork does not want to be in those cogs with the Lycan when he starts dealing damage.
Alright. 4X Multicast is needing to pick up their offlaner. Unless you think Lycan's going to be in the offlane. Slark. Slark will probably be in the offlane then. That's my opinion. What do you think?
I honestly believe Slark would be in the offlane too. Because, I mean, Death Prophet needs a solo lane and she's not an offlaner.
Yeah, no. No escape for you. Just kind of squeesh. Although, of course, you're probably going to see a tri-lane of sorts from both teams. The Dazzle, Vengeful, Lycan. What do you think about, will we see an aggressive try or a safe lane try?
Well, 4x Multicast doesn't really have a very strong aggressive try, so I would expect them to be safe lane farming. If they throw Doom in the tri lane against them, that's a pretty deadly tri lane because they have the Clockwork and they have the Shadow Shaman and a Doom. That's a scary combination. So yeah. I could see them going aggressive try.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. All right, here we go. Let me turn this overlay off for the viewers in Twitch, and we have a pause, of course. That's great because now that gives me time to introduce the teams. We have Leela Starr for Corrosive Gaming starting out. They are the stand-in on Clockwork. Jakeezy on this Weaver right here. We have Inferior playing Shadow Shaman, Submaniac on the Queen of Pain, and we have, of course, the AFK I'm Chris on Doom. And would you do the honors of introducing the Dire side for me?
Alrighty, on the Dire team, we have Knix on the Vengeful Spirit, Yeti on the Dazzle, we have Zaux on the Slark, Seven Things on the Death Prophet, and then where's the Lycan at? I don't believe he spawned. Is Yeti the Lycan?
Yeti, let's check.
Yeti is the Lycan, actually.
Let's see. Yeah, Yeti's the Lycan. He's
Brave
just
New World
hiding.
is going to be on the Dazzle. Dazzle's hovering over Yeti, so we can't see him.
Yeah, I don't even see... I just think Yeti's invisible.
Oh god, not Invisible Yeti.
Invisible
It
Yeti.
seems to be that they're playing tic-tac-toe.
Yes, it does look like it. For those of you in Twitch, you would be able to see it, but Dota TV viewers, I'm sorry, you won't be able to see this glorious game of tic-tac-toe that's going on. It's glorious. So much. Alrighty, let's see. And did anyone have time to start buying items yet? Well, Dazzle got sentries and smoke. So, At least he managed to buy some items before the pause.
He's got some pretty fast fingers to be already buying items when no one else has.
Yeah, let's look at sets, because we don't really have any. Oh, okay, apparently they're ready. Now I can't look at sets, but Jakeezy has quite a few items for the Weaver. Alrighty. What's RGR mean? Regret?
I have no idea, honestly.
Alright, so we have up with the dire side for 4 times multicast, we have 4 of the 5 going down, smoking up. Looks though they're probably going to go through the Radiant Jungle trying to find a pick-off. That's exactly where they're headed. We have a ping from Vengeful
Looks like
Spirit.
they're going to ward behind the tower.
Ooh. That would be nice. Although they're probably going to try and shut down this Doom as well, so they're probably going to put a sentry down in this little camp here. Well, near it. To shut it down. And keep it from spawning, so that they can't pull or anything. Although, that is a very aggressive ward coming out. And it's the Eye of Lirelai ward. That makes me happy. Yep, ping's going out. So, they are blocking. That blocks, right?
They're going to be blocking the pool camp and one of these medium camps up here.
Ooh.
Because that's called the magic bush, so they block 2 camps instead of just 1.
Well, see, now you learn something new and awesome. Alrighty, and now underway we have the Invis rune. And it looks as though we're going to have Leela going to be off-laning as the clockwork. Although Lycan might be doing a solo safe lane. With Joe, Brave New World, and Knix in an aggressive try.
Doom's going to be jungling.
Jungle Doom, Jungle Doom. He's already gotten an Unholy Aura and that Shockwave. Although Inferior is looking perhaps to get an early... Yep, he's going for an early gank on this Death Prophet mid on 7 things.
He has the invisibility rune. That's really strong.
Yeah, and let's see what he did shackles. So he should be able to with no problem. Or not, and just head up top to try and kill Lycan. What do you think about that? Do you think that was a
unusual
wasted
rotation?
Do you think that was kind of like a wasted Invis rune?
Yeah, well, if they do manage to get Lycan, then it wasn't wasted, but that was a very unusual rotation, and he's going to waste his entire Invis rune.
Yeah. So now he has to just kind of stand back there near his ward. Now we have Dazzle. That was Dazzle pinging out, or was it Doom? Looks like it was Dazzle.
And Lycan is checking with that wolf to make sure no one's there.
Yeah. Wants to make sure that... Oh, and he's smoked up.
Underneath the
Sneaky
wolf.
Inferior. Sneaky, sneaky. Oh, but Clockwork's not really in position. Oh, here we go. The cogs. Now we have right clicks, but the wolves. And a rotation from Brave New World's going to come in. So maybe they're going to turn this around on Leela. Leela's dipping very, very low. Battery Assault is activated, so it's possible that she will survive this.
Thankfully, the Shadow Shaman was body blocking, so Leela will be surviving this.
Yay! Alright, so we have Weaver. And what do you think about these? Do you think that Shadow Shaman's going to stick? Not Shadow, yeah. Not Shadow Shaman. Brave New World is going to stay up top, or is he going to return to bottom?
I'm not really sure. I think he might stay up top just to help the Lycan get some farm.
Mm-hmm. Alright, let's throw up those last hits actually for you. He's not doing very well right now. He only has 9 last hits in 3 minutes.
It's not doing terrible compared to the rest of the CS board. The Weaver only has 4, so kind of off to a rough start.
And you don't expect that really from a Weaver. I mean, he has quite a bit of base damage. He's had quite a bit of base damage.
But you have to think about his lane. He has a Slark that can pounce on him and he can't get away from that. And then he also has a Vengeful Spirit who can stun him. There's a lot of disable in this lane.
Is Lycan going for Tranquil Boots? It looks as though he does. He has a ring of protection, a ring of regen. All he needs are the boots. Alright, we have the Leela going for another attempted kill at on Yeti. Hex is going to come out from Shadow Shaman, but Yeti will be A-okay. Actually, my brother's dog's nickname is Yeti.
I think Lycan is actually going to stick to a standard build of Vlad's offering because he did finish up the Bassi ring, and
Okay.
Ring of Regen is an item that is for the Vlads.
Alright, I just wanted to make sure. I saw the Ring of Protection, and I was just like,
Yeah, if you do mix them up incorrectly, it will create Tranquils, so you have to be careful if you add boots into that.
Yeah. Well, luckily, it's just the Ring of Basilius in there right now, so it can't be mixed up. Now, let's see. Of course, Slark doing pretty well for himself, and although I say that, we have a Sakuchi and some harass coming from Jake Easy.
Yeah, Slark's gonna have a pretty easy lane. He has the Venge to babysit him, so there shouldn't be any problems for him.
Oh.
Right
now, oh! Alright, the stun, this might turn around on Jake Easy? No. He's gonna eat a tango, Sakuchi. No, the creep aggro!
What is Kanix doing?
The creep aggro! And as you said, 7 Things. Oh, 7 Things gonna go for the ultimate. She's gonna go for this tower. She kept a submarine very, very close to her tower.
Should just call it Submarine.
That's what the name is.
Submaniac?
Submarine. Yes, Submaniac. Submarine! That's his new name. Alrighty, so we have pings coming out on from Leela. Shallow Grave gonna come out. Oh! That was a
Shallow Grave. I think
Shallow
he
Grave
still
too
will
strong,
die.
but he's gonna die. Submaniac gonna get the first blood, and now Submaniac has to get out of there. Yes, she's gonna blink away and be A-okay. Poor Dazzle. He's the only one that survived that altercation. Vengeful Spirit doesn't have any items.
Jakizi in the bottom lane is having some troubles.
Time lapse. And Sakuchi's gonna go out. Oh, the courier! Don't do it! Don't do it! Alright. He's safe. And watch, something's gonna happen and he's gonna, like, implode for no reason. Just to spite me. And say, oh, you said he was safe. Nope.
I'm a little confused by Kanix carrying no items as of right now.
Yeah! I was just, like, I just said that almost before, they went on, or, well, during the move on Jake Easy.
Not even Ironwood branches.
Yeah, no GG branches. GG branches, none. Looks as though, yep. And now Submaniac gonna yep. The deny. So that's at least good for them. They denied the gold. Hand of Midas up on the Doom. So that's a fairly okay timed Midas. I mean, it's not the best that I've seen, but it's
For a
not the
jungle,
worst.
that wasn't bad.
Mm-hmm. Completely and utterly okay. And we have Clockwork with his power treads. He has a stout shield still. And it looks as though there's a little bit of warding coming from Dazzle, warding the Ancients. They haven't been stacking, but for the Weaver.
Well, Corrosive Gaming should know that Clockwork warded there, or Dazzle warded there, because they did already have a ward up there.
Yeah, but that's not a sentry.
But just the movement
Oh,
that
just
he
to
made
look, yeah.
towards.
Si, senor. Vlad's offering now up on Yeti, so he can be going and taking Roche whenever he sees fit. Looks as though Clockwork wants to go on Seven Things, or at least saying, hey guys, watch out, she has a DD rune, which is scary. Seven Things just going to town on this tower.
The tower went down really fast.
Yeah. Especially for how early this game is.
That's the strength of a Death Prophet and a Lycan.
Alright, we have a TP in from Quap, trying to melt that creep wave, trying to get the aggro off of it. Because they do not want to lose a tier 2 this early.
Well, they already took a huge chunk of damage on that tier 2.
Alright, the experience difference is actually dramatically in favor of CG right now. It's about 2,500 in favor. But of course you can 4 times multicast can definitely make those up. And let's see what we got for the Doom. He has a Midas. And he's sitting on 1,000 gold. So, do you think that we're going to see an on-time mech with him? He hasn't been stopped.
Possibly. He doesn't seem to be building. He hasn't started building it yet. He could just buy the whole thing outright, or he could go for his treads.
That's possible. Alrighty. So, of course, we have the sentry wards here and there so that they don't have Weaver sneaking up on them. But we have Lycan up in top lane, just farming away, pushing away. He has 51 last hits. Alright, now there's going to be a big altercation down bottom. We have Queen of Pain killing the Slark, Clockwork going to pick up the Dazzle, Death Prophet going to pick up the Clockwork, but Weaver is going to get the Vengeful Spirit and Death Prophet. So that was overall a 4-for-1 trade. That was very, very good. Paid for Weaver's power treads.
That's going to give Corrosive Gaming the ability to push this bottom tower.
Oh, that deny! Yes. Took easy going after Yeti. Yeti's going to shapeshift. He's like, I'm too fast for you. Can't get me. Oh, look at this poor Shadow Shaman. He only has sentry wards on him.
These
Soul
supports are super broke right now.
Yes. Yeah. Oh my god. They have Dazzle at 800, Venge at 700, and Shadow at 400. But he is the only support on his team. So he has to buy all of the wards. No one's sharing the burden. He had to buy the courier as well. He finally afforded boots.
Well, thank God he got himself some boots.
Yeah.
Solo support is a tough life.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, look, that Crypt Swarm almost took down like half of Inferior's health. Now Doom is going to join this fight on 7 Things. Invis Rune going to, I thought it was popped on Death Prophet, but it didn't save because the Sentry Ward was deployed.
That was a very nice play by Corrosive Gaming. All of that burst damage coming out of the Queen of Pain guaranteed the kill.
Yeah, definitely. And it's making space for this Weaver. And I mean, Quap with items isn't anything to sneeze at either. She's scary when she gets farm.
So it looks like Weaver's going to go the standard Lincoln's build. He went with the Ring of Health.
Well, I think that might be a good choice because they do have the Poison Touch, you have the Magic Missile, you have the Pounce. And you don't really want to get Weaver locked down. Alright, oh! That was a very well-timed blink from Submaniac. Slark pounced and she was like, peace, almost right before, like just as the
I didn't think that Pounce was procced with Lincoln's.
I
Since it doesn't solely target the character, the hero, I didn't think it would proc.
Well, maybe I am mistaken.
So I think they just have the magic missile and then the poison touch to worry about.
Yeah. Which makes it a little less like a good item pickup. I mean, it does give him more survivability. It gives him stats too, right?
Yes, it does.
Which he desperately needs because he's super squishy. You notice that, oh, the swap's going to come out from Knyx, but Submaniac's going to come in to save the Weaver, and now Inferior is going to be on the bad end of a Pounce. Dazzle ending up picking up a kill on the Clockwork, and they are not done. Queen of Pain going to pick up the Dazzle. Jakeezy, right-click and Yeti. Ping's coming out, going, hey guys, Weaver's right frickin' there.
Submaniac is just doing work on that Queen of Pain.
Yes, she is doing quite a bit of work. It looks as though Death Prophet's going to be going back for four times multicast.
She wants that tankiness that comes from the mech.
It makes sense. And Doom picked up a soul ring. I noticed that, and I was a little confused by it. But do you have an idea what he's thinking? I mean, mana
I'm not
problems,
entirely
but
sure. Mana problems could be for level death, or could be for Devour to help him keep farming. It's a very different pickup. You don't normally see a soul ring on a Doom.
Yeah, that's definitely, when I saw it, I did not think that was a pretty standard pick at all. So, looks as though Submaniac. And I'm Chris, going to look to take this tier 1 bottom. Slark getting the deny. We've gotten quite a few clutch denies, which were beautifully timed. Weaver TPing in just to get that deny on the tier 2 top for Radiant. And now we have Mech coming out on the Death Prophet. Now Knyx just doing a little bit of farming herself. She is now at the bottom. She's at 1100 total net worth. At least Shadow Shaman has boots.
That's the main important thing. I feel like 4 times multicast needs to do something pretty quick, because even though they've been taking towers, they're still falling pretty far behind.
Yeah, if you look at the gold graph that I just pulled up, it's climbing almost to 4,000 in favor of Corrosive Gaming so far, and the experience is over 5,000. It dipped down a little bit to probably about the 6,000, 6,500 mark. It's probably not even 6,500, but it's pretty large. Of course, you have 9 kills for Corrosive Gaming. And now we have a multicast going for Roche. 7 Things using her ultimate on Roche as well. And Slark gonna pick up the Aegis. What do you think about that? Alright, there's gonna be a team fight. Submaniac gonna be popping her ultimate. And she's gonna get away so far? What? And now we have the Aegis popped on Slark. Cryptswarm gonna pick up the Queen of Pain. Clockwork falling as well. And now we have Jakeezy on the run.
Well, it's a good thing they put that Aegis on the Slark, because he immediately died, and then he ended up getting kills.
He had time to stop at the side shop to pick up his Perseverance before he TP'd out. I think he just kind of assumed that he was going to die there, and he wanted to just get rid of his gold as fast as possible.
He wanted to buy out. Yeah. Or maybe he just wanted, he was like, okay, I think I have a little time.
I have time. What you talking about? Alright, we have Necro on Lycan. So, we're going to see that very push. I'm not going to say, I guess push heavy. Or push oriented Lycan that we know and love.
Yes, he's going to be going the push build, but so far it's only a level 1 Necro, so it's not too scary as of yet.
Not too. Although, looking at the net worth, we have for Corrosive Gaming, the Doom, I'm Chris. He's almost at 10,000 net worth. He's the highest on the board.
What happens. That's what happens when you leave a Doom alone.
Yeah, and we have Submaniac going to throw a Shadow Strike and blink away from Joe, going, nope. It's just showing how hard this Queen of Pain is to lock down. I mean, mostly they need to silence her or stun her somehow.
If the Death Prophet can get her silence off, then that's an easy kill, but if she completely whiffs it, then I don't see another way unless Slark manages to pounce.
Yeah, well, the pounce, she was caught in the pounce, I believe. Up in mid, and she got away. Because it does. Okay, we're going to have the smoke up and 7 things going to pop the ultimate. I'm Chris, showing off this BKB that he's gotten. Scorched Earth going, so he has his regen. Jake Easy taking quite a bit of damage from those ghosties. No one's dying yet, but it looks as though Multicast wanting to take this tower now can't because the creep wave is gone.
Well, it was kind of funny because I'm Chris popped his BKB and he kept walking into the Death Prophet ultimate, thinking that his BKB was going to save him.
Lies, all of them. That is physical damage, good folks. That is not pure damage or magical damage. So you take all of that. Oh, and Doom has Boots of Travel.
Yes, I believe he picked them up quite a while back.
Huh. Interesting. Alright, so we do have Phase Boots on this Death Prophet. She doesn't seem to be going for Arcanes into a Bloodstone. Do you think she's going to pick up a Yule's? She's got 2,900 gold, almost 3,000. Saying that now, it is 3,000. Pog.
What? Sorry.
Oh. I said, do you think that we're going to see a Yule's coming out from her? From Death Prophet?
That would be the standard item to go. So she very well could pick that up.
Yep, she just bought it straight out right.
There you go. You were right on that one.
She's probably going to get rid of her Null Talisman. Yep, there we go. Well, not get rid of, but... Alright.
Slark buying an Orchid.
Huh. Now that makes him scary. But it's giving him the lockdown he needs for Queen. He can pounce her, Orchid her. She can't blink away.
It's very true, and he could also Orchid the Doom.
And he can't get Doom off. They actually have quite a few targets. I mean, you can silence the Weaver, you can silence the Shadow Shaman, Doom, depending on if Doom is up. Of course, Doom is up right now. And we have Weaver picking up his Lincoln Sphere. So now their stuns aren't going to do anything for him right now. Although, of course, if they're... Okay, Poison Touch going to go out on I'm Chris, but he should be okay. He's pretty... Oh, the swap coming out from Knix. Great play on her, but I think that he got Force Staffed out of there. Inferior going to fall to the Slark. Death Prophet gonna kill the Quap with the ulti, and now, of course, the tower is going to be taken mid. And it looks as though, do you think they're going to push for high ground?
They very well could. Oh, they forced the buyback from the Queen of Pain.
Well, yeah. Alright, so we have the hookshot. Yule's coming out from Seven Things, but the ultimate is going to be used by Submaniac. Doom going out on Slark. Slark, of course, now having to make a hasty retreat. And we have Weaver picking up the Dazzle. And now Seven Things is in a little bit of trouble. Yeti gonna fall to the Doom. And now we have I'm Chris chasing down this Death Prophet. Scorched Earth doing quite a bit of work. Level Death used in Silence. And now Slark is coming into the fray. Orchid going to be used on him. And Joe gonna pop that ultimate. Oh, the Dark Pact.
That was close.
That was so close. Alright, and so now apparent we have Death Prophet falling in... Where did he fall? Oh, he fell in the jungle. And let's look.
That was one crazy team fight.
That was. It was everywhere. How did Lycan die? Did you see?
I'm honestly not quite sure. Oh, I know how he died. He was in the middle by the base, and Doom started cleaving him.
Oh, gotcha. Ugh. Alright, now we have Jake Easy just doing a little bit of casual farming here, you know? And since those great early wards, we haven't seen too many. Well, actually, yes, we have. We have a nice aggressive ward here in the jungle for the Radiant. It's more to see who's farming. Probably trying to catch out that Doom or just anyone.
They had quite a lot of aggressive wards that they had. They also had one by the turtle, and then they had one controlling the Roche area.
Yeah. Well, I like putting it by the Roche. Okay, Silence going to go out on Submaniac. And then he gets Orchided as well. Inferio going to just melt. Dazzle going to pick up that kill for this on Shadow Shaman. Quap just running away. She is sneaky.
I think they're going to be pushing the tier 3 with this, as Death Prophet's ultimate is back up. Yes,
Oh,
there
yep,
it goes.
here we go. The ulti, and of course that is going, I mean, that's going to be it. Of course, the glyph is going to come out. Leela going to use her cogs. Now we have Leela just melting. Quap going to get a double kill on the Slark and Vengeful Spirit. Now we have, that was 7 things on the run. Now Yeti's has to shapeshift out of there so that Submaniac and Jake Easy do not, you know, destroy his face.
They still lost one of the barracks from the Necros and the Wolves.
Yeah. Those wolves hurt, man. I hope, like, I hate being on the receiving end of that, especially because most of the time I play a support and I'm squishy. So then, of course, they're like, rah, rah. They look at you wrong and you die. Alright, so Doom has a Sanj. Do you think that he's going to be going for Heaven's Halberd or Sanj and Yasha? I think it'll be Heaven's Halberd, though.
If he was smart, he'd be going for Heaven's Halberd to disarm the Lycan.
Well, even disarming the Slark as well. Just, I mean, they have 2 pretty heavy damage dealers. Actually, let's check on the Slark. Of course, Shadow Amulet up on him. He's going to be going for that Shadow Blade build. Although I'm not quite sure that that would really work in this case. I mean, I guess for escaping, but he already has his ultimate for that.
It's very late to pick up a Shadow Blade on him, so I'm not sure what his thinking was behind this.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure either. Okay, Leela is going to come in with the Blade Mail. Knick's trying to kill Leela anyway. Slark picking up the Aegis. Now we have Vengeful Spirit falling. Dazzle will soon fall as well. The ward's being dropped. And now Doom coming out on 7 things. And that's going to be death. I'm Chris on a killing spree. Doom going to pick up that kill on the Death Prophet. Slark going to end up popping the Aegis, and now Joe is going to fall as well. Submaniac on a killing spree with that last scream of pain. And now, of course, we have Corrosive Gaming going to be taking this tier 1, or tier 2. Yes.
That fight just did not go well for 4 times multicast at all.
No, it didn't. Alright, so looking at the gold graph, it's been quite a roller coaster, but it even dipped in favor of multicast for a brief moment. But since that last team fight, it's about 2,000 in favor of Corrosive Gaming, and the experience is still quite far. It is over 7,500. It's getting closer to 10,000 now. Do you think that multicast can come back from this? I mean, they do have racks, and they have more towers taken.
They are definitely not out of this game yet. The graphs may be a little misleading, as they have a Lycan and Death Prophet, and it's towers missing and the Ancient dying that wins the game.
Yeah. And we have BKB being picked up by Weaver. What do you think of Weaver going for that instead of a damage item? Do you think that he could have afforded to not go to go for a damage item rather than a BKB?
Well, there's so much damage coming out of 4 times MC that he just wanted to go full defensive build because he has a Lincoln's now and a BKB, so he can guarantee that he'll be able to stay in the fight longer and dish out more damage.
I don't really know what BKB would block against multicast.
Well, Slark's Pounce is magical, so is the Dark Pact.
Okay.
The Crypt Swarm is magical. So, and even the Vengeful Spirit, she has some magical, like her
Her magic missile.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, I think it wasn't a bad choice.
Okay. Shiva's Guard being picked up by Death Prophet. Of course, that gives her some armor, more survivability, and it gives her a slow. BKB now up on Lycan, so that is a major pickup for Lycan. And he has Necro 3.
Ooh.
So he's a pushing machine. Assault Cuirass, though, being picked up by Doom. Okay.
This Doom is getting very fat.
Yeah, because they didn't even go into the jungle early on. Multicast didn't go into the jungle trying to find Doom. Because, I mean, they tried to slow down his farm by blocking camps and of course, with the pulling lane. Although it looks as though Corrosive Gaming going to initiate on Yeti a little bit. Alright, now we have the Death Prophet ulti coming out, and the Submaniac going to also pop her ultimate, but Seven Things getting a double kill with that ultimate of hers. I'm Chris ending up killing Death Prophet after that Yules.
That was one crazy team fight. Both of the supports from 4 times multicast immediately got blown up.
Well, let's see. When they respawn, we'll see how much health they have. They don't have a lot. Although Vengeful Spirit does have 7 armor.
Well, after you take into account the AC's -5 armor reduction,
yeah,
she ends up only having 2.
Alright, so Jikisi going to be going after Joe. Knyx, what are you doing? Knyx trying to probably deny that tower.
Both Knyx and Inferior are having a rough game. Both of these position 5 supports are 0 and 7.
Alright, yeah, we have Knyx at 967 health. Dazzle at 796.
They are very squishy supports as of right now.
They are. Shadow Shaman is pretty squishy as well. Sanjin Yasha getting picked up by Doom.
Surprised Shadow Shaman hasn't picked up a casual bracer.
Yeah, okay. It looks as though Inferior and the rest of Corrosive wanted to go on Joe, but now now Inferior is in trouble. Slark and Seven Things just melting him. Weaver, Jikizi just going, bye, bro. See you later. Sorry. But if this game were to make it to late game, do you think that Corrosive Gaming would be able to end up taking the advantage?
Well, if they don't get out pushed, I definitely think they could take this to the late game, as a Weaver and a Doom are a lot scarier than a Lycan and a Slark.
And Seven Things just getting blown up with everything they had. Knyx also getting blown up by Weaver. 4 staff coming out from Brave New World, but Jikizi wants some more of this Dazzle Shallow Grave being used. But it doesn't really matter because Jikizi is going to kill him anyway. Weaver is godlike with the triple kill, although Inferior is now going to fall. Yeti being doomed. Yeti got a double kill in that engagement as well. And I'm Chris trying to use the pounce to get away, but it didn't really work. Desolator now up on the Weaver, so that is when he starts getting really scary. Wait.
Well, Jikizi got an ultra kill on that last team fight, so
Yeah.
you do not want to mess with him.
I mean, the Immortal Bug is pretty hard to kill anyway, even when he's, not having a Desolator to dish out damage. He can chase you down with Sakuchi, and it's just a nightmare to deal with. Although we're going to have Dazzle and Seven Things and Knyx trying to defend this so that CG doesn't get the high ground. And they're going to successfully push Doom and Weaver back. But just imagine if that had been all 5. That would have been racks for being lost for multicast. And another aggressive ward coming out.
That one's actually been quite a while. Or they had one in that same position for quite a while. They've just been placing wards in their base just to keep an eye on them.
Yeah, it makes sense. Because if you know that the opponent is cooped up in their base, then you can farm. And otherwise, if you know that the opponent is out of their base, then you can go and hopefully find pickoffs. Of course, it looks as though Quap senses there's trouble in paradise. She TPs the hell out of there.
And that was very smart by her, because they were all swarming towards her.
Yeah, although it is possible that this is going to turn around on for 4 times multicast. If CG wanted to go for it. Because it seems as though CG has more team fight unless Death Prophet's ulti's up. Because then, of course, you can just dish out damage like it's nobody's business.
Well, even with the Death Prophet ultimate, they've lost the last 2 team fights under the DP ult.
Alright, the dust coming out. Spidey senses were tingling. Multicast thought that Weaver might be snooping around somewhere. now. Of course, Scythe of Vice, Queen of Pain has had that for quite a bit, but I just wanted to draw attention to it now. She has Scythe of Vice, so of course, when she blinks in, she can turn Lycan, Death Prophet, Slark into a little piggy, and then everything's A-okay. Because they'll get destroyed by Weaver and his Desolator.
That's an extremely important pickup. That's going to help them even more in those team fights.
Alright, Roche is up. Lycan Wolves scouting it out. Which I actually really like the use of the wolves there because they're invisible, so it's not as... The only way that they'd be able to be seen is if there's, you know, a gem or a sentry ward, which, of course, there isn't. Alrighty. Smoke. So it looks as though CG wants this third Roche. They want the cheese and the Aegis. So there's going to be a big team fight happening.
Depending on how this goes, could be another Rax for CG or it could be a Rax for
What?
Warnex MC.
What? They just let it go.
I guess they didn't notice.
Shadow Shaman has the cheese. Shadow Shaman has the cheese. Is it because Doom is 6 slotted? Yeah.
He passed it off to Queen of Pain.
Okay. Alright. I was just gonna be like, you gave it to Shadow Shaman. I guess they just wanted to make sure that Multicast didn't get it.
Like the wolves denying it or anything like that.
Yeah. Alright, so Queen of Pain will have her Black King bar soon. Which will be very good for her. And of course the net worth, we haven't talked about that in a really long time, so 2,300 net worth on Doom, almost 24, or not 2,300, 23,000, 24,000 now, and about 20,000 net worth on Weaver. The only one that is close to that right now is the Lycan in third place with 16,000 gold. And the solo mid Death Prophet, she is sitting at a measly, well, it's not really a measly sum, but she's not, she should be higher than she is. Sitting at 14,000.
I think any longer in this game is just cutting it close to being the end.
For
just the way the graphs are looking from the gold, 12,000 plus on the gold graph in favor of CG, and then over 20,000 XP for CG.
Yeah, definitely. It's looking pretty grim. Do you think that this next team fight would be the GG?
I feel like this could definitely be the decider.
Alright, so 7 things. Doom coming out on to the Death Prophet. Now we have Weaver killing the Vengeful Spirit, Yeti popping his BKB. Shadow Shaman end up getting killed, but it goes down to an assist. Leela gonna pick up the Lycan, and now apparently Quap just died, and I don't think she popped the cheese. Yeah, she didn't.
They're gonna lose these racks. If Lycan doesn't buy back, they could lose more.
Alright, does he have buyback? He has buyback. He had buyback, and he didn't buy back.
They could honestly push for more, and I'm surprised that they're just backing up right now.
Doom has a Bizzle Blade now.
Ooh.
That's really, really unnerving. And of course now, as you can see, he's at 452 movement speed. And let's just check. Slark, of course, at max move speed. And Death Prophet is at 443. So he does not have any problem chasing almost any of Multicast down. The only one that he can't chase down is Slark.
With that, I'd like to see an Ags pickup on him then, if he can chase everyone.
Alright. It seems as though, although he does get, although Lycan, when he shapeshifts, he does go to max movement speed, so 522. But he can chase down, he'd be able to chase down the Venge and Dazzle easy peasy. When Death Prophet doesn't have her phase boots activated, it's easy to chase her down as well. But when she does have her phase boots, it's about 503 movement speed. Heart of Tarask coming out from Death Prophet, just trying to keep her alive in these team fights long enough for her ultimate to be useful and do some serious damage. I mean, it's not as if her ult isn't devastating, but they've just been doing a very good job at kind of negating it, or
she's been getting focused.
Mm-hmm. And it looks as though tier 2 top is going to be the target for this push from CG. Aegis reclaimed in 57 seconds. Although Knix and Yeti going to try and push the bottom tier 3. Leela gonna make it difficult. Knix going to swap
Knix
out.
is going to fall.
Knix is going to fall. Queen of Pain actually getting the kill. Death Prophet gonna pick up the Doom. And now we have Yeti popping his BKB to get away. While in the Dire base, we have Jikizi beyond godlike and now running far away.
That was pretty close.
Yeah, they took another tier 3. So it's pretty even. As you can see, you have tier 3 gone in both areas where there was the push, but just in favor of CG because they only have the ranged barracks, which doesn't regen health.
I'm surprised that four times multicast is still staying in this game so well.
Mm-hmm. And what do you think contributes to that? Is it because of just with Yeti and his right-click damage, or is it...
Well, he's managing to split push. He managed to take the tier 3 tower down there while they were trying to take the tier 3 top. So he was actually trading fairly decently, trying to keep his team in the game.
Now we have Leela. She has her Ag Scepter. She just picked that up a little while ago. So Maniac gonna turn Joe into a pig. Shadow Strike. Now Skull, Abyssal Blade going to do work. Slark buying back into the game. BKB is popped on Yeti. Shiva's Guard going to be deployed, as well as Seven Things Ultimate. I'm Chris getting a double kill, and now Shallow Grave going out on Dazzle, but it was wasted. Queen of Pain getting a kill on him. And now, of course, we have Queen of Pain killing Vengeful Spirit. And now we have GG being called from both sides. It was a team wipe, so it makes sense. There was really nothing they could do. I don't believe any of them had buyback because Slark just bought back. Death Prophet did, but it wasn't as if she could do much against...
I don't think it would have made a difference.
Yeah, it's not as if she could do too much by herself. And alrighty, that was a best of one. So Corrosive Gaming going to continue on in the playoffs, getting a shot at the semifinals and the finals if they do well enough in the next match that they have. And I am Tokidoki Eris. You can find me on Twitch at twitch.tv/TokidokiEris. That is TOKIDOKIERIS. And joining me today was Badpog.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining me. It was a lot more fun when I have someone co-casting with me, because then they don't have to hear me droning on and on and on and going, ugh, make this girl shut up. Alrighty. So I will see all of you later. Thank you for watching, people on Twitch, and thank you for listening, people on Dota TV. And hopefully send me a follow. You can see when I'm casting next if you enjoyed my casting. So I will see you all later. Good night.